Hello and welcome to Face Check. I'm Barry and today I'll be doing a Versus series video with Jonathan Anderson from emergencyshutdown.net. He's got a relatively small channel here with his Chaos Theory web show where he talks about decks, strategies and some of the things that he's been running. So if you get a chance, check him out and I'll post a link in the description. So let's decide what we're going to play. I'm going to go with the sort of newer version of my Stronger Together deck, just for a little bit of fun. And then he's going to be playing as Null and going to be trying to take out as much ice as possible. So I didn't tell him what I was playing, so hopefully he's going to have a lot of fun munching through all my ice. I will mulligan that, looking for a little bit of money in my starting hand. Nothing I particularly want here. Install Jackson, draw with Jackson, install over HQ probably. So I have deliberately, well, not deliberately screwed him over, but yeah, playing as Stronger Together is probably one of the trickier decks for now to manage against. Plus a first turn Subliminal, it's a one-off in this deck. So let's put this on HQ, just to end the run, and let's put this on, do I want that as the last part of R&D though? No, I'm going to install Jackson and then I'm going to gain a credit. Alright, so let's see what he does. Now I do know that he's running, well, we just played and started chatting in the Jinteki lobby. Always encourage people to have a little chat at the end of games. You don't just need to GG and immediately quit. If there's anything you want to say to somebody, you know, having the chat's always nice. Let's see what he goes for. So hopefully I'm not going to give up any accesses here. But anyway, I know roughly what's in his deck, Keyhole being one of them, which is why Jackson's down, if nothing else. Stop him getting that. And then once I've got money for next turn, I will be able to do a little more. So all I need is a piece of ice to kind of put over R&D that I can afford to res. Did he just trash 2 Elis? Well, that's not bad, is it? Res Jackson. Draw with Jackson. And then a small itchy inside R&D might be a better shout, or do I drop you? Because what I could do is let him in once, let him in twice, and then he'll go again. Although the same deal for this. Yeah, okay, let's put this on R&D and gain a credit. So let's see what he does. So if he itches click 1, I'm letting him in. If he itches click 2, I'm letting him in. Sorry, no, if he keyholes click 1, I'm letting him past itchy. If he keyholes click 2, I'm letting him past itchy. But I think just the threat of the Bioroid ice is enough to slow him down there. So, interesting question with the new FAQ. Yes, I will add subliminal message into there. So let's do that, and then additional cost to make the first run not made through a card ability. So I'm going to assume that Keyhole does not meet the requirements for enhanced login protocol there. And then I'm just going to gain another credit. Now my ice is very expensive. I'm sitting on a lot of agendas already at this point, which is not what I want. So anyway, new FAQ for always be running dictates that Keyhole and Sneak Door Beta do not fulfill the requirements for making a run click 1. So I don't know whether or not that also applies to ELP, Enhanced Login Protocol. Let's just throw a token bit of ice over archives there. Gain credit, gain credit. I just need to money up a little bit. I'm going to be giving him draw through Vigil because I'm going to have 5 cards in hand. So he's going to keyhole there. Now, I suppose new FAQ doesn't actually take effect until whenever, next week. Does keyhole? Oh, whatever, you know what, I'm just going to let him in. because I don't really mind if he wastes a couple of clicks doing that. Well, he's getting rid of my ice. Next turn I'll maybe just throw the other Itchy over the top of it and see what happens. I think I'll ask in the chat later on whether or not Keyhole does work for it. Eater. I knew you had Eater, that's not a surprise. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to Jackson at this point, get my ice back. Might seem a little daft, but if I can get enough ice down, I'll be keeping him locked out. So then let's green level. Then let's tough call. Let's throw this over R&D, make it a softer looking option, and then I really want that somewhere that will be useful. So I'm just going to gain a credit because it's already 8 credits to res Eli and Itchy. But let's just see what he does. Now I'm not running any Chrysiums in here, I do have 2 Caprices. I will... You'll have to spend these other 2 clicks to get rid of this, so sure. So then he will click click. So he gets his money, but it does eat up the rest of his turn. So actually they'd been better off just clicking for 3 money there. That's fine, start turn. So now I can draw, restructure, hedge fund. Boom goes the dynamite. That's how we get some money. I'm not going to be making a lot of servers here, so I might as well zoom in. Going okay at the moment. Now when he gets up and running, I know he's got Scrubbed. The Scrub will take care of Enhanced Login Protocol. Technically I know exactly what's in his deck. He sent me a deck list after we played and I thought it was interesting. Very different build from my Null deck. If you've seen that, I posted that earlier today. He's using his influence on parasites obviously, but he's also got prepaid voice pad in here. And otherwise just, you know, ice destruction to try and get into R&D. Now my ice of course is pretty strong, made stronger by my ID. Let's just see what we can't do. If I can just get some sort of ender on ice, it doesn't have to be a hard ender run either, like an Eli again or something. I will, yes I will add subliminal messaging. So I'm about to get rich. That will do. So new remote, and this can go into server 2 as well. So then I'm going to probably try and score the Hades fragment over these, because what I'll then be able to do is start cycling through the cards in my deck and get rid of one of the you know, the hard limits on how the runner can win. So in an ideal world, you'll click click and then continue, feeling brave, and then he will get ruined. Okay, so end the run. So just bounces out. Probably the wiser move there. So then plays knifed. That's not a knife. And then he'll click click. So that's the end of Eli, which I'm okay with. And then I'll ask if he's continue. The wise move here would be to not continue. So there's a little tricky sort of structure where you're pulling the ice away and whatever else. I feel like he's going to regret having done that. Yes. I just want to give him every opportunity to... Because sometimes, like, when you get rid of a bit of ice and you click continue and like you didn't want to continue, you wanted to jack out. Boom. So that's going to be the end of both Keyhole and Eater. Fires. Oh no, of course, you could use Null's ability, reduce that to 3, and then 1. So he's either eating a brain damage or getting a program trashed. forgot all about Null's ability. Trace. Okay, so I don't need to boost it because he's got no money, he's got no link. I'll give him a brain damage. Could be worse. But even Itchy on its own there is going to give him pause for... what's the word I'm after? Can access? Oh no, he can't access because he bust with Eater, didn't he? So... let me now... I think I'm just going to still go for it. 13 there, so... whatever he does, probably not going to do well. So server 2, advance. Advance. And he's got no money, so he's probably not going to want to risk running into anything bad. If he runs click 1, he maybe wants to get rid of his tag. He does have the same old thing there for the cutlery events, so there's a knife out there. I only really need to worry about barriers at this point. But he's no money anyway, so I think this is a relatively safe scoring window. I'm not entirely convinced he's going to make a run at all. Which will let me power up with the subliminal, score this out, and then I can just start cycling my ice back to the bottom, and then when I do get my second Jackson, just give it a shuffle. Oh, this is wild, eh? So 3 money and draw 2 cards. Still dangerous if he wants to make a run, so it's looking likely that he's not gonna. And instead another Deuces Wild. Okay, so he's not doing too bad for money. I'll get Subliminal here, taking me up to 12, minus 3, so we'll go down to 9. Still enough to protect my servers for the time being. Yes, I will. So Subliminal, 1. I'm not enjoying this new advanced system that Jinteki's got going on. 2, 3, and then I'll score you. Now if I can get a Turing, that's almost certainly going over R&D, although the strength means it's instantly parasitable as soon as he hits it with Null. I need to build up money a little bit, and then I can think about scoring some of these as well. So Ice Carver is going to do work, just basically cancel out my ID. Ice Carver is all ice is encountered with its strength lowered by 1. Now I can play around with that with lag time, but for the time being that is okay. Now he's floating this tag, which I may punish him for, although it looks like he's probably going to use same old thing. These last 2 clicks, yep. So gain 3 and draw 2, I guess. So play 2. Oh, so this is well, can remove a tag as well. I'm not familiar, you can choose like 4 different things. Alright, click that, and I'll put green level to the bottom. Close you. A lot going on, my computer seems to be complaining about it significantly. So let's do that, then let's put you on R&D, and then I'm going to gain 2 credits. 1, 2, yeah, very slow. All I need now is a sort of slow build up of money. I'll get Janice on R&D as well. If nothing else, it's just a massive pain in the ass to break. Or trash is what's more likely going to happen to it. Now I don't think he's running any Davids. So there's Parasite. It's going to be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So it's only got like a 2 turn lifespan. So I'm definitely going to have to get something else down. Yes. And then let's click on this. I'll add another green level to the bottom. And then I'll mandatorily draw. So I'm happy to sweeps there. Green level, I will throw you on R&D, and I will gain a credit. So this is really just a deterrent to running. Now he's already got 1 brain damage. If he is foolish enough to try and come in here, That's a big ask, isn't it? I will... raise it. Beg it. It's only money, right? However, I do have 2 agendas in hand, and he can probably come in for that. But if he doesn't make the run, so he's got to be a little bit more aggressive here. He's got me down to 1 credit. This is his chance to really make it back. By making a run, he prevents me getting subliminal back. The chance of him being able to raise anything is very, very limited. That's okay, I guess. I'm going to play lag time now just to make things stronger. Let's see if he hits the other one. Always does, Jinteki. Agenda's out the hand first. So I'm actually going to maybe wait to play lag time until he plays scrubbed. So let's use Hades fragment. Let's put sweep back in. Spent influence on it. Might as well try and get it back. Then mandatorily draw. So gain credit and then blue level. So money back up. So yeah, this is going to suit me fine. I'll put you in server 2. I'll get ELP back down, and then I'll just slowly money up. Make money. Or not even that slowly as it happens. So now, what are you playing forged activation on? Which HQ? I will... Oh, this guy's the worst. Res. Fine. So I'm only going to have 1 credit, 2 credits, 3 credits. Yes, I will. Wait, before I do that, let's put something back to the bottom. I'm going to put blue level back. Close, mandatory draw. So it's subliminal. Server 2. Gain credit. And so maybe I'll elicit a run here. Or maybe I won't. I am 3 credits. What are you scared of here? Maybe like a Victor. Spooned. Oh, he's coming into HQ. Alright, go nuts. Yep. Problem with Bioroids against anybody with ice destruction. So if he does steal this one, which is possible, no, successful demo. And then I wouldn't probably risk running last click on this remote. Successful demo again. Cool. So let's put Victor back on the bottom. So I think that was definitely the right shout to score first. However, perhaps either installing and or raising Janus was a bad idea. So now let me... Oh, now that this is raised, I'll be able to bin the other one. So I'm going to gain 7, and he's probably going to regret not having a run on there while he could. So then next turn, I will shore up ELP Eli, gain a credit. He's probably going to have a poke at HQ anyway. But now he's got money, so now he can, you know, get through with Eater Keyhole. I need to purge as well. That is also a thing that kind of needs to happen. He's most of the way through his deck. I know he's got a levy. Maybe I'll just let Itchy die. I mean, I do have Caprice on there. And if I do get Caprice off, oofed, he's going for it. I'll lose both here actually. Yeah, so that and that cancel out. Again, if he continues, that is the end of Eli. So no more action there. So continue, and that's on approach, so I'm going to raise Caprice. No more action. So it gets the -1 for the Ice Carver, and then I jacked out. I suppose you couldn't access any cards anyway, so Caprice was enough to kind of keep him out there. I will pay... yes, I will pay for Caprice, but I don't know how much. I'll pay 1. I'm going to assume you're going none because you want just to make me pay for things. Oh no, you went 2. Way. So, Hades Fragment. We'll put Itchy back. And I'll mandatorily draw. Then I will successful demonstration. I will R&D. I will R&D. So I've got a bunch of ice in this deck. All I really need now is get a bit of a shuffle going. I also need to protect HQ because there's still another 3 points in there. So the real question is whether whose is going to run out first. So he's deja vuing for Deuce's Wild. That doesn't seem super efficient. I guess he'll go for the expose and the money. Potentially the draw and the money. So gain 3, yeah, and then what's his second ability going to be? Yeah, expose Vikram. So Vikram's pretty decent bit of ice. Again, here he can probably steal an agenda. No, but he stops subliminal messaging firing. So that's probably enough for the time being. So start turn, fire off Hades. I will return Eli. Mandatorily draw, and then if I put you on HQ, if I then play you, and I then gain a credit, I'm still able to kind of play around a little. So I can res Eli for 3, I can res the Itchy here for 5, a credit left for a Psy game, for example. But ELP hopefully do a little bit of work for me. What are you making me res? I will res you. Not a problem. Glad you picked that one. So now he knows this is a Vikram Eli server. Excuse me. But what he does with that information obviously makes or breaks the game. Now I think I've managed to bluff it. I've got nothing in hand. I've left HQ unguarded for several turns, and I kind of bluffed that one out, I guess. Let's put green level back in. Love a good bit of draw as well. And let's Mando draw. So let's subliminal, and then let's make money. Cool beans. So let's see. If I get one more turn of Melange off. So I'm there, inject. So he's got scrubbed, so you play scrubbed, overwrite the ELP. And that kind of makes sense. I'll overwrite that with lag time. And then he'll have to levy before he can do much else. So paying 3, that'll pay for scrubbed. 2 pays for scrubbed. You already used 1 for inject. Yeah, fine with that. So in that case, at this time I'll restructure lag time and see what else I get, I suppose. He's done 2 clicks. Now I've only got 2 Jacksons in this deck. Influence issues when you're playing with 2 Caprices. In fact, what is all my influence on? So 2 Caprices 8, 2 Jacksons takes me to 10. What's the other 5 on? 1 Sweeps Week. Maybe we should just take Sweeps Week out for a Jackson, but I like the burst of money. Yes, I will. And then just I'll put Giannis back in, why not? So let's now do that, do that, do that, and am I in any danger of anything? No, I'm just going to gain a credit. The next turn I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for the score. I'll have enough money to raise both of these quite comfortably, and I'll still have Caprice protecting R&D. Unless he makes a really good attempt at getting into this remote with the cutlery events. Then I should be okay. So he's dirty laundrying HQ. Now he definitely can get through. Yeah, I'm going to raise this anyway. So now that's going to cost him more money than he's making. So 3, 4, 5, 6. He's only getting 5 back. So let's see what he does. Of course, you could click, which is probably better in the short term. In fact, probably in the long term. If he takes a trace, maybe only cost him 1. Plus, he's got his ability, of course. So yeah, that's not so bad for him. So about breaks evens on the run. Now if you're going to let me fire the trace, you might as well just break it. Unless you're eating the brain damage. So it's only going to cost you 1 either way. Because I'm countering it with lag time. So yeah, it evens out. So this is strength 5. So this is strength 4 naturally, plus 2, 6, minus 1, 5, and then minus 2. You said you wanted ice to break. Smiley face, lols. Yeah, I mean this is a pretty tough matchup for him. However, this deck isn't particularly competitive. It can be quite strong. But bear in mind, he's only been through his deck once, and I know he's going to go through it again. I wonder why Parasite there. Okay. So let's put Restructure away. Then mandatorily draw a cheeky Wotani. 8, 13. So I'm going to have to take some money again this turn. And then next turn I'll go for the score. And then I do have an ABT, so I've got 3 Project Wotans, 1 Hades Fragment. What does that take me to? 9, 12, 3 Priority Rex. No, I must have 2 Project Wotans, 3 Priority Rex, 1 Hades Fragment, and 1 ABT for the 20 point total. And so I'm really relying on a scoring remote. This is a proper Glacier deck. And according to Damon, of course, nobody's done the math on Stronger Together. They've not figured out that it is the best ID in the game. It's certainly a better ID than maybe people have given it credit for, just because you've got a wealth of Bioroids to choose from now, whereas you didn't in the past. And indeed, is there any new Bioroids? You've got Sherlock 2.0 in the new pack. Let me just fire that up. You've got Fairchild 1.0 and Sherlock 2.0 in the 23 seconds. Data packs. Fairchild is a 1 cost 2 strength Code Gate Bioroid. Of course it'll be a 1 cost 3 strength. Where it... No, that's not a knife. I see you played Knifey Spoony before. Well yeah, it's going to cost them to get through at least. Anyway, Fairchild, the runner can spend a click to break it Bioroid style. The runner must pay 1 credit or trash one of his or her installed cards. And Sherlock, the runner can spend click to break up to 2 subroutines. So 4, 1, 2, 3, yeah. And then he's going to spend all his money on it. And a 1, 1, 2. No more action. And then I don't actually need to spend anything for Caprice because you can't access it anyway, so I do not care. Fine. Anyway, I'll perhaps try Sherlock 2.0 out. I did have Sherlock in this build originally, but it wasn't doing a lot of work for me. So let's just put Eli back in. Let me money don't really want to res Wotan, so let's instead put this on R&D and gain another credit. Now, putting cards back in with Hades Fragment does mess up some more experienced runners. They can't really work out, unless they're really keeping track of the turns, although to be fair, the Jinteki.net keeps track of turns for you here. They can't really work out how long it's been since you've seen an agenda and stuff along those lines. As you become a slightly more competent player, you'll start tracking, you know, every sort of 5 cards there should be like 1 point's worth of agendas taken. See, this is annoying. So no more action, end of you, and then he's got a 50-50 shot here, which is annoying. Yes, I got away with that, but only just. In fact, he could come in again. Again, 50-50 shot. If he's unlucky here, that is super unlucky, but I've got to get this out of hand before it becomes a problem. Or do I just install it? Install it on HQ? I don't know. Because I know I've got a turn, because he's going to levy. Ooh. No, I'll tell you what, let's just score it. And then, or do I just put this in front of HQ? No, it's definitely a window. He has to levy. Advance. Advance. Now with any luck, he would just consider that a top deck that, rather than he got extremely unlucky. A 50% chance twice should be a 75% chance, so although it's still a 1 in 4 that you're not going to see it. So here he's going to probably take all of those, levy. I wonder why he didn't take the rest of the money. I guess he's hoping for a dirty laundry to dirty laundry into HQ, but on the other hand, if you don't get it, it's just wasted credits. And if you did get it, you would have had the 2 credits anyway. So yeah, always, if you're going to spend that 5 credits on an event, you might as well take it off prepaid. So now he's got the cards, but I can res both of these and they will both mess him up a fair bit. And Scrub's only on the first piece of ice encountered each turn. Fine, so he didn't make a run, so I'll get my subliminal money, plus then I will advance. Then I will throw Caprice in here and Wotan over HQ. And then it's just a case of, can I find another agenda? That's the word. That's the things that you win with, right? So here, oh, actually, he might hit Caprice. And again, he'd be very unlucky if he didn't. Man, he is maybe the unluckiest player I've ever come across. You must know he's just getting unlucky here. So let's shuffle back in. Shuffle back in hedge fund. And then let's mandatorily draw. So now let's because he's going to come into HQ, so let's just throw Wotan over HQ. Gain credit. Advance. And then advance. Oh, install ABT. Thing is, I really don't want to res Wotan, so if he makes a run, maybe we should have kept it in hand, because he did love to access it. Now he's got money, but he's got no real way of getting through this remote. He's only got Eater as a breaker, so yeah, not too much you can do about that. Because as with Eater, of course, if you don't know, if you break any subroutines with Eater, you cannot access more than 0 cards for the remainder of the run, so basically none. So we're able to go from 10, 11, down by 5 to 6. Nah, I'll just have to take my money on. I'll just have to take my chances on this one, I think. Although it was his last click, and he would have been broke, so he's going to trash Caprice, because why would you not? But that is fine by me. So then let's Hades fragment, Caprice back. And let's mandatorily draw. Oofed. Advance. Advance. Let's score you. And then let's put the win into server 2. Now I'm going to have to give up this priority rec when he runs on HQ, but that is okay. As long as he doesn't pull, as long as he can't get into server 2 as well. Now he's got 4 clicks, he's got plenty of money. This is going to be a battle. So he's going to Dirty Laundry HQ, I imagine. I could stop him, but then he gets that one. If he runs here, click 2. Let's say he gets everything trashed. I fear the worst. I think he's got me. I think he's got me in the end. All those turns where I saw no agendas that were worth scoring. Just sitting on the Wotans for so long. I really needed that ABT much earlier. So by not resing Wotan, he can assume that actually what's in server 2 is important. My only question is whether or not he can get through it. If he doesn't make a run this turn, which he's not done, what's he going to try and do? After I scored I didn't realise that no, he's just lost the game there. Now he maybe thought that all my agendas were 5-3s, which is a very valid decision, but if you were to do the math, either I'm running 7 5-3s or I could run 6 5-3s with 1 3-2, and that is exactly what I am doing. So now he knows, but unfortunately too late for him. He had enough money in the end that even the Wotan tokens wouldn't have saved me. In fact, by making a run on HQ, me letting him in, him stealing an agenda, he could have made a very strong guess that that was a he run on HQ. Well, he exposed. There's nothing in HQ, unless he's got a Utopia shard or something. But I've seen his deck list. I don't know why he wouldn't have just drawn 2 cards. Oh, it doesn't matter, I'm sure he'll discuss it. If you watch his side of the game, maybe he forgot, maybe he didn't realise, maybe he didn't see. But let me just go through the motions. I'll return ELP to the bottom, and then I will hopefully win the game. 1, 2, 3. Score. Fire it off. Nah, all my aces at the bottom of the deck. Oh, go on then. HQ. GG. That was actually very close. I thought he maybe had me at the end there, but you'll be able to watch this back. And you can also see his side of the game, and we'll be able to have a look at what's going on. So I basically had a lot of ice there. Now Null can get through big decks. If you go play any kind of HB, this is kind of what you're up against. Maybe not that particular build, but a normal HB, yeah, definitely could. And indeed, it is good fun, Netrunner. This is the most wanted list, and some of the changes they've made have actually seemed to kind of return the game a little bit. It's a bit too early to call. For Hades fragment, yeah. Yeah, that's what kept me in the game. Scoring that kept things going. Then I had the Jackson, I'd get the shuffle, and then I'd be able to we'd have a second half of the game, which is brilliant. So anyway, this is Jonathan Anderson. Check him out. So his Chaos Theory web show, emergencyshutdown.net. The site's